We are taking a look back at what the remnants of Helene did to Virginia and Tennessee 1 year ago this week. In Southwest Virginia, floodwaters tore through the town of Damascus.
With the world-famous Virginia Creeper Trail in shambles and the clear, cold rivers and creeks filled with debris, it didn't seem like there was much hope. But a year later, meteorologist Andrew Frieden is seeing firsthand how business is flowing back.
For 28 years, I've sold and marketed and advertised the 17-mile downhill bike ride. When the flood happened, you know, we all lost our jobs, we lost our business, we lost our customers, I guess. It was tough to see how we would move forward, but we didn't lose the building. We weren't heavily damaged.
Helene didn't wash away Michael Wright's Sundog Outfitter shop, but it did take the customers. For years, cyclists of all ages would rent bikes from him to experience something like nowhere else in the world. These vans are the biggest business in town. They take tourists up to the top of White Top Mountain, where then they can ride their bikes down and return to Damascus and have lunch or relax or even spend the night. But that trail is not a thing right now. It has yet to be rebuilt. So these vans are not running as often as they used to. The bike shops are doing the best they can to survive. But the downhill part of the trail is still closed. Meanwhile, Michael is trying to keep the business afloat.
We had no idea at the time, but people from all over the place, all over the country, you know, showed up and showing support, and you know, we got a lot of sympathy, folks coming in. In the time that I knew that we were going to be okay, one totally went out of business. Another guy up the street has suffered a pretty big loss. His building was damaged. He lost a lot of product, but he's still around.
While some bike shops are closed, a fly fishing storefront is opening. Damascus is also famous for its cold, clear streams.
After the floodwaters kind of receded and everybody kind of came back into downtown, we went and looked around, and you know, there was obviously a lot of damage and chaos everywhere. But I couldn't help but notice all over the roads and the sidewalks were dead trout.
It was devastating for fly fisherman Hunter Faust.
That night when I found them scattered around along the roads, I was in tears. I mean, I cried multiple times over the thought of all the trout being washed away or killed.
He even scooped some trout out of holes in the road and got them back into the creek, and realized later that the trout in the river were surviving.
Just seeing the damage afterwards and, you know, being here on the day and witnessing the water, I honestly have no clue how they survived it, but they did.
They have to be jamming under rocks, or like
tucking under rocks, tucking behind big boulders maybe, you know, getting as far to the side. I have a feeling we probably found some on Main Street just because they were trying to find the lesser current. I don't know how, I don't know the science behind it, but the trout are resilient and they're there and they're healthy.
Was there a time since the flood that you've been out by yourself and the weather's been maybe like it is today and it's been perfect, and you've just been like, I think that we're back, you know? You felt that way?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Actually, last Friday was my birthday, so my wife and I took the morning and went fly fishing together. And we both commented a couple times during our outing that, wow, this is like it was before the flood. We were catching fish left and right. The water was beautiful, the insects were hatching, and it just, you know, it felt like home.
He and his wife named their brand new fly fishing shop after one of those insects. The Stone Fly Company, now open for business, showing that the Creeper Trail isn't Damascus's only attraction. And 1 year after the storm, the people here share the same message. Come visit, see everything Damascus has to offer. Helene's flooding didn't wipe them off the map, but it did make them appreciate all that's around them. In Damascus, meteorologist Andrew Frieden, 12 on your side.